Yo, welcome to another episode of More Than a Barber. I'm your host, AP, and this is a very, very special episode. This is episode 60. Mo, we did 60. You gotta do the
Can,
papa.
bow, 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 bow.
Listen, thank you all for being supporters of this community. More Than a Barber Podcast. It's a podcast to help beginner barbers level up their career with valuable content. And you already know we bring super dope guests to give you the best content. I am super grateful. Mo, 60 episodes.
Ooh.
Listen, to get to 60, I mean, I didn't see this day coming.
Man, no,
Mm-mm.
I did.
When I say I didn't see this day coming, because statistically they say that, podcasters, they
Mhm.
stop at like 5 episodes,
Yeah.
7 episodes because of how much work you got to put into,
Mhm.
the production side.
Yeah.
So for us to go from, just starting out to 60 episodes, it's a game changer.
It's a game. We in our bag.
In our bag.
We in our bag. But you're not dealing with two ordinary people.
Come
You know what
on,
I'm
let's
saying?
go.
You ain't dealing, this ain't no regular smuggler over here. You
It
dealing
sure
with
ain't.
people with grit and grind and just gonna figure it out.
You have to figure it out. And
Yeah.
just along the journey, we had a lot of hiccups.
Yeah.
We had to, pivot so many times. I mean, to me, that's part of being a barber. That's part of being an entrepreneur, learning how to pivot in those moments that seem impossible.
Man, your ability to figure it out
Figure it out.
by any means necessary.
Figure it out. Drea, she get on me.
Come on, Drea.
Like she does. So I'm not a handyman. I know a lot of women
Oh my God.
love handymans, love to fix things and things like that. But what I pay people to fix this stuff. And I'm not
Oh,
trying to sound, you know
no.
what I mean?
But
I'm not.
I know people like that.
Yeah, I'm like, look, she's like, her thing was, babe, just figure it out. I'm like, she's like, that's what I do. I Google, I go on YouTube. I don't, couple of episodes ago, you talked about it. No excuses, just figure it out. Well, I got time to pay people.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm gonna do.
And I get it, but I'm telling you, you remember back in the day, they always say, hey, the plumber or the got your girl. Because women,
Y'all love.
man, because I'm a handy person. Like, I can, listen, I had to, I couldn't figure out how to get my daughter's key out the ignition. Like, it just kept
It
getting
was getting
stuck.
stuck, yeah.
And I was like, what is going on with this key? I'm on YouTube. I got to take the steering collar off. They trying to tell me I got to
Wow.
drill a hole. I'm like, you ain't got no drill, no hole. So
Yeah.
I'm looking. I'm like, okay, I just got to turn a little bit more, take the screws out. Then I had to pop the hood. Come to find out it was the battery. The positive cable was loose. So I just tightened that mug up.
And you fixed it.
Listen, I ain't pay nobody nothing.
Well,
And if you can't do that,
so is that a deal breaker for
It's
a
not.
relationship?
it's not. But we do be looking at y'all sideways.
Don't look at me sideways, Dre, because I'm gonna pay somebody to fix that thing. If I can't fix it, please believe. And my brother talk about me too.
Oh,
They talk about me like, man,
listen, if you cannot put hammer to nail, screw to screwdriver, I am looking at you crazy. But I also said, you know what? I guess that's how men kind of look at some women that can't cook. I ain't gonna cook,
you can't cook.
right?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
And I'm good.
yeah.
Listen,
But
I don't
see,
have no interest in. I can cook,
you can't cook, yeah.
but I
it's
don't
like,
want to cook.
yeah, that's
And I will go get dinner.
it's the same
It's
thing.
the same
It's the
thing.
same. Now I
So
can fix things. I can screw and put the pictures up, stuff like that. The
Right.
basics. I
Right.
can do that. But when you start talking about put 100 pieces together to make an entertainment, I'm not doing that.
No,
I'm gonna
you
pay
got
somebody.
time. You got to pay somebody else to
Yeah,
do
I
it, huh?
can't do
I
that.
get it.
I can't. So we had to figure it out along the way.
Mm-hmm.
I went from being a barber to now like learning media.
Listen, you got a lot of things up under your belt now that we've talked.
Yeah.
Listen, I send AP stuff all the time
Yeah.
during the week. I'm so
Yeah.
glad. Drea know who I am because
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
hey, AP, look at
Yeah.
this, look at this. Like I send him stuff all the time,
Yeah.
and you're able to add now 7 streams of income
Yes.
from being a barber to
Yes.
still staying in your lane, but you've just expanded it. So yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I didn't see that coming. Like, to get the lighting right, you know,
Right.
to get the camera angle right, the
Mhm.
shots, and to edit into SD card. Like, it's so much we've learned in 60 episodes.
Listen,
That's
ain't
crazy.
shoot an episode and we ain't recording the
All right, so me and Mo was in our bag with this episode.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, the cameras were rolling. We had
Mhm.
everything rolling, but our mic camera wasn't rolling. So we didn't have any audio for about 40 minutes. And we was literally going in. I said, oh man.
Yeah.
We had to start all the way over.
Start all over.
So yeah.
And we did. And we started over like right then. We didn't say, hey, let's shoot another day.
Mm-mm.
We were just like, okay, hey, let's start over. And we could laugh at ourselves
Mhm.
and just not get upset because we understand we're still learning.
We're still learning. And even at episode 60, there's so much we still have to learn, need to know, need to figure out. One thing that I want to step up is just the production.
Okay.
Like, I want the production to go to the next level. If I'm stagnant, I'm bored. And so the way I see our show, it's cool. I'm grateful, of course, for you being a part of the show, being a co-host, and laughing and joking, and
All
also
the
adding
time.
value. You know what I mean?
All the time.
Yeah, but it's like, I think that there's always another level that we can go to.
Yeah, but we know what's happening in the background,
We do.
right?
We
So
do.
yeah,
We do.
it's there.
We got, it's definitely things happening in the background that we'll definitely mention in due time. But more importantly, we have several guests that's coming on our show.
Oh man.
And I'm just really grateful. The power of never giving up. The power of just being consistent.
Yeah.
There's been times where I was sick, still doing the show. My voice was off. I mean, you had things going on.
Yeah.
Family members that, had transitioned, but you
Yeah.
still showed up. The power of showing up and being consistent, that is really like a check within itself.
And most people quit like right
Right
oh,
before.
it's right
Yeah.
before. And I know it sounds cliche, but it is like when it's hard,
That's
that's when you're about to, you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
As you continue to figure things out, you're just adding to your arsenal of what you're able to charge for later. See, I look at everything that we're learning in our personal and our, in journeys together.
Yeah.
We got so much stuff that we've learned that we talk about these incomes that we can now say, hey, we've been working on this. We got 60 episodes up under our belt.
60.
And I always say we may not be an expert, but we can sure teach A, B, C, and D.
Oh, man. Listen, if you're a barber and you want to learn how to start your own barber podcast, Mo and I can help you for sure. We can help you get started. Like, that's what not giving up looks like. Like, when you learn, and this is for me, for any barber that feels like, I just want to be a good hair cutter. That legit is, respectfully speaking, the wrong mindset. Be a good hair cutter, but in this day and time, you got to learn a skill. And a skill that you can literally teach somebody else, whether it's online or somebody shadowing you, because the way the world is going, jobs are being replaced.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, technology it's a thing. It's here.
Listen.
And it's not going anywhere.
It's not. And a lot of service-based industries will be gone in the next 5 to 10 years.
I agree.
I mean, we have robots that are literally putting individual lashes on women now.
That's
and then
crazy.
the tech that's there, they just go in and, maybe it missed something here or there, and they just do onesie, twosies, clean it up. But you have a robot that's doing that. I'm working on something that, listen, I'm sorry. I have to look at technology, and I know my mind because someone sent me a video. And when my cousin was sick, I was saying, it was physical labor that we were doing. And I was just like, man, I see these nurses and, you know, they have injuries from back and all kind of pain from lifting. I'm like, it has to be something easier. And I drew this concept out. I didn't draw it out. I explained it to them. This was probably a year ago. They sent me the video. They was like, didn't you say this? And this person said, I will never doubt you again about what you say is in your head, because I remember you saying this. And in China, they had this technology that was able to transfer the person from one bed to the next by this technology. That I
Wow.
told this person, I was like, I see this. I just don't know how to do it. I'll put it in the back of my head. I don't do that no more.
So what's the process like? Instead of putting it in the back of your head, do you like pen to paper? Like what you do? You just
So for me, it's, we talked about this in one of the episodes. Like I'm always racing to the next thing, because I understand that once God puts it in my head that it's my responsibility to get it out to the world, and if I don't do it, He's going to give it to somebody else.
That's right.
So I'm racing because I don't want you to give it to somebody else. Like I want to do it. So I think I've gotten that process down where I've already done the work, and I just need to go do the research and say, okay, let me make sure that there's not a patent out there for it already. And if there is a patent for it, how can I patent around the existing patent? Because that's a thing.
That's a thing. Okay.
Right? And so now it's just like, let me work fast. I can have something in my head and then I can have it with someone in China probably within 90 days.
Wow.
Because
is that typical? Is that a typical time frame, or is it?
I think the people that's done it now that have a patent. That's why for me having a patent, then I see people that have 300, 500, 700 patents, is because they know
they figured it out.
They figured out the process of doing it. And if we were in China, everything that I've been working on, I can have done within 2 weeks if I was feet on the ground there.
I see.
Yeah.
Figuring it out. I mean, you definitely have figured it out. And I always say that whenever you have figured something out and you have people reaching out to you on how to do what you figured out, that's an income right there. That is an income. And but it's also not ripping people's head off. You know what I mean? But it's also saying, let me figure out a professional structure or a way to do it to where it comes off, you know, inviting, to where you can say, hey man, I could teach you how to, you know, create your own patent on, you know, your invention or whatever. But that's what being consistent and not giving up looks like.
And sticking to that one thing. That's the one I sent you. It was the ability to stick to one thing and make 7 incomes off of that. So it's not like you're being a barber. He said being a barber, you're trying to be a DJ and you selling fish dinners on the side.
He was like, just be a DJ.
Just be a DJ. And then how can I take 7 streams of income from being a DJ? So, I mean, it's essentially what we've done is we built a podcast.
Yes.
And then now we have all these things that kind of come off of the podcast that we're able to go after.
So they can look out for merch. They can look out for the tour in September. Yes. I'm excited.
Where we going?
Definitely going to yeah. Okay, so one state or city we're going to is Atlanta. We're going to Atlanta. I definitely want to hit up a few shops there. Can't leave Dallas out, but other cities and states, we'll definitely announce that at a later date. Be on the lookout. And what we did last year, I want to take what we did last year, and let that be the model. But this year, man, we coming. Like we're gonna do it even bigger and better. Yeah.
And you know what? You know what's exciting is a lot of the people that were on a podcast, how we've seen them level up. Not saying it was because of us, but just watching their journey, being connected with them.
Yeah.
You know, you got Flocka Phase that's opening up a second location.
Shout out to Flocka. Do I got his hat on? Is this his hat? Yeah. Shout out to, that's my dog. Listen, man, that dude, man, he's special. He's special.
Listen, I knew that when I went to his shop.
Yeah.
And it speaks to him being special. It speaks to his consistency.
Yeah.
It speaks to his partner, you know, because I'm always about the partner in the background, the wives that hold it down because they got little ones.
Yeah.
Man, it's exciting. Yeah.
Yeah. Barbershop location number 2. I'm seeing he's doing Bible studies.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
dope. But he talked about
he
that. You
did.
know what I'm
He
saying?
did.
So it's seeing all those things that he kind of talked about
Yep.
when we were there
Was that
on
on
the
the
tour.
tour?
That
Yeah,
was on
that
the
was on the
tour.
tour. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So man, we've seen a lot in 60 episodes, Mo. That's crazy. And we're about to
I
be.
mean, we've done conferences, we've
Yeah,
done red carpets,
yeah,
we've interviewed the top people with
yeah,
millions of
yeah.
followers. We've just done so
And we
much.
just scratching the surface. It's
Yeah.
so much more that we're gonna do. And to the barbers, like, man, there is so much in this industry that has yet to be birthed.
Listen,
For
listen.
real.
Just like I study stylists and braiders, I study you guys, and
Yeah.
there's so much that y'all are not touching.
It's a industry that to some seems like saturated, but at the same time, it's so much that's untapped that has not been birthed. That's why for me, and oh boy that you sent me the other week, he taught me something. He's like, stop paying attention to what everybody else is doing within your niche.
Yeah.
Because you get lost in that. And some will say, oh, you should know that by now. Yeah, but it's easy to get, I guess, stagnant and get complacent because you up.
Right.
And then you start looking at other people and comparing yourself to others, which is something you should never do.
Right.
But I'm learning that, man, just focus on you, your lane, and what you actually bring to the table, and just keep chipping away at it.
That's it.
Check this out. This is Jim. Do you know that if you stick a rock under a faucet and that faucet is dripping, that water can literally split that rock in half because of the spot that the water is dripping on consistently.
Yeah.
Over time, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So imagine that you just keep chipping away at that one thing that you dope at.
It has to change. It has to get better. Something is going to happen. It will not stay the same, and that's what people don't understand. But they have this time frame. It's supposed to happen within this time frame because it happened for this person. It happened for that person. You know.
Sure.
It doesn't happen for everybody
at
the
that same time.
rate, same time.
I agree with that. And what you're doing when you say that, you're saying, I want to be like this person. I want to look like this person. But you don't know what that person went through. Man, you got people that's going through some real live issues. Social media don't see it because we can't post. Some barbers are depressed. Some barbers struggle with anxiety. Some barbers struggle with just, losing a loved one, and now it's affecting their whole, work ethic.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know.
All we see is highlight reels.
That's it.
That's all we see.
And that is what you are hanging your hat on, and you can't do that. That's why it's important to focus on what you bring to the table.
That's it. See, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's only, and the thing is, oh God, because I watch so many podcasts. I'm an information junkie.
Yeah,
I really
for sure.
am.
Should be.
He talks about, it's 8 billion people on this earth, and it's only one of you. How special are you?
Very much so special, yes.
There's only one you. Even if you have a twin, you guys are still different some way.
Yeah.
There's only one of you. How special are you? Like,
That's dope.
How I look at myself, somebody be like, you real arrogant.
So,
but I don't.
Pride, arrogance, confidence.
Right.
I mean, in some instances, you gotta be like,
you have to
confident in what you got going.
You have to be confident. You have to be arrogant.
Yeah.
You have, and how I feel about myself, it does not dictate how I treat other people. You know what I'm saying? I could be very arrogant about myself. I have to be. I can be very confident about myself. I have to be, because everybody else is going to tell me what I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know what I am. So I can't listen to you. And so because it's just one of me, because I'm arrogant in what I know that I bring to the table and what's in my head and all this kind of, it ain't no stopping me.
So arrogant is not a bad thing then?
No, it's not a bad thing. It's only bad when you start treating people the way that you feel about
I see.
yourself. You know what I'm
I
saying?
see.
I could be arrogant all day, but I should not treat you, like I'm better than you
I see. That's
because I'm
fair.
arrogant. People will say, "Oh, you're arrogant." Why not? What do you want me to be? You would rather I be what? What's the opposite of arrogant? You would rather me look down on myself and talk
Yeah.
bad about myself and be depressed?
Right.
You know?
Right.
No, I'm not gonna
No.
do that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like that because I work hard at not being arrogant, treating people a certain way.
Treating.
That's a daily thing.
Right.
I can't do personally, I can't do the arrogant people, the arrogant person, because I feel like this, man. You never know who you treat a certain way from an arrogant perspective.
Right.
You never know how that person can their life can turn around.
Yeah.
You might need them. You don't know. You just don't know.
You don't know. Right. And that's why I say I could be arrogant about how I feel about myself, but the other person should not feel that.
Absolutely.
I'm not talking down on this person. I'm not saying that I'm better than you. The same way I feel about myself, I want you to feel about yourself, and I want everybody else to feel about themselves.
Absolutely. I agree with that. And this all boils down to how, we stayed in the trenches.
Ooh.
We stayed, consistent.
Yeah.
I mean, now 60 episodes, for the podcasters that's at 10 episodes, 15, let me tell you, keep trucking, because when you get to like 25, 30 episodes, you find your rhythm. You know how to kind of say certain things, ask certain questions. And I'm still learning. By no stretch of your imagination do I want you to feel like I arrived, because I haven't. I know we haven't.
No.
But there's a rhythm that you find being consistent. You know what I mean? There's a rhythm that you find just kind of like not giving up. I think that not giving up play a major role into the culture today, because it's easier to give up than it is to hang in there.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. It's easier to give up, but I mean, it's going to go back to the comparison, because everybody's life is on social media and they're able to show you highlight reels. You start doing this comparison thing. So that's why it's easy to give up, because you're doing a comparison, but you just got to keep going. Like when the views ain't there, keep going. When ain't nobody subscribing, keep going. When the quality is not the best and the volume is not the best and the lighting's not the best.
You know what it is.
And you know what I'm saying? When stuff just not working out, it's not the best. You can go back when you hit that 100th episode and be like, man, look where I started off. It becomes a testimony to where you are.
Man, that's good,
just because you didn't give up.
That's good. And you've been such a major support. Like, I remember a couple of episodes, that audio was trash.
Man, I'm the #1 cheerleader. Let me tell you something.
I know, but it was because of the text message, like, AP, that was a great episode, or AP, you need a village. You need that community that's going to root for you, even when you feel like, man, that was so bad, that was so trash. It's like, go ahead.
You know what? Because I can always find the positive in something. When you be like, well, that wasn't good, but this was.
I see.
You know I see. Like, I'm always gonna find that thing.
Yeah, and that's important though. That's important because not only have you been, helping and being a co-host, your energy, your support, your intellect, and what you bring to the table in terms of, like, you went from just being an inventor, now you in the hair industry. Like, you got a salon suite at your crib, like you built something dope, like you got the comb dropping, like that's the evolution of it has just been amazing.
Listen, this has been, I always say, like, how we, met and all this kind of stuff, and to be from there to where we are now.
That's God, man.
No, for real. Like, it has been so great. And to see both of us, and it's a testament how you can be in two separate lanes, but be connected and grow individually and together at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I tell everybody, people swear up and down you and I have a script.
Nah.
Man.
Nah.
I think we tried a script like one time. We tried it. And I was like, it felt off, AP. We have talking points.
Yeah, for sure.
But
for sure. But 60 episodes taught us, within the 60, it taught us how to find our rhythm and knowing the energy and the personalities, like
Yeah.
we match.
Yeah.
And so if you're looking to start a podcast, find a co-host that match your energy because it matters, you know,
Nah, for real. Because
it
I
matters.
tried it before, and it's not that the person, our energies didn't match. Where people may think that I'm a dominant personality, I'm not.
Nah.
I'm not a dominating personality, and the other person had a more dominating personality.
Yeah.
And I would just sit back and be like, "Oh, okay." You know, because I'm not gonna do the back and forth.
Yeah.
And we've only had one episode where we disagreed.
Only one.
Right?
That's crazy. I guess more to come now because I mean, I'm like, wait a minute. Mo is disagreeing, but it's good because we're not gonna always agree. We're not gonna always align on certain subjects, which is good.
Yeah, but it was able to disagree where it was respectful.
Yeah.
And both people were able to get their points out and say, okay, I can see it from that perspective.
Right.
I still don't agree.
Right.
But I can see it from that perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely. Nah, but it's a vibe. I'm just excited. Man, feel so honored and blessed, you know, to, like I say, or like we say, 60 episodes in the bag. It's coming up on 2 years in September.
Yes.
Super excited about that. Man, it's here.
It's here, and we are the #1 podcast.
Yeah, we speaking those things that are not as though they already were.
Well, they are.
Yeah.
Because there ain't no other barber podcast out here like this. That's 60 episodes in.
Now, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So I'm just speaking facts.
That's a fact. Now, I don't know. There's some out there for sure. Shout out to all of the barber podcasts out there, particularly here in Dallas. But I don't know if they have 60 episodes.
Nah.
You know, I don't know. But even if they do, shout out to y'all, you know.
Yeah,
but
it's room for everybody.
It's room.
Yeah.
It's room. And the cool thing about it is the barber industry is steady expanding. It's growing. So we need, you know.
I may have to go get my barber's license or do it bootleg.
Yeah, Lord. Absolutely. Absolutely. But you know, what are some of the things that you didn't talk about that you learned as, you know, being a part of the podcast that just like, man, 60 episodes and now we're here. You know, what are some of the things that you learned that you can just share?
Jeez, man. God, one is investing. And investing means time.
Yeah.
Investing means money. Investing means education.
Yeah.
Investing means there's going to be some things you're going to do without.
Yeah.
Investing in your may mean you looking crazy.
Yeah.
So all of that, like I didn't know what to expect because again, you started the podcast off by yourself.
Yeah, solo.
And then I came in here and there.
Yeah.
And then it was like a conversation. Hey, I want you to be the co-host. I'm like, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, just that's one of the things I just didn't know. You don't know what you don't know. So all of this was so new.
Yeah.
Getting on camera, and I was just like, you know, me, I'd be in the back. Like I'm one of them people. People don't think that, but I really be just like in the back.
I got you.
So that was one of the things that I learned. How to ask questions, the right questions, and be inquisitive about things I don't know. Particularly the barber industry.
Yeah.
I'm not a barber.
Right.
But I told you I can open up a barbershop tomorrow.
She really can. I don't doubt that. You really can. One thing you impressed me with too is like we literally jumped. We didn't know what we were doing. We just jumped. My favorite episode with you was when we interviewed Michael Irvin's barber.
Okay.
And he sat right there.
Oh,
remember? Black. Yeah. He sat right there. You sat right there. And mind you, we are learning as we go. Right? So I'm like, I've never done this before. So I kind of like tapped your foot. Okay, Mo, your turn to ask the question.
Yeah.
But it was things like that said, you know, that's how you learn. The oldest saying I would say in the book is just, you just got to jump. It's true.
That's it.
It's true. Like you just got to start. You just got to do it. You just got to read the books. You just got to look at the podcast. You got to read the article. Just jump.
That's it. And for me, what I learned, here's another thing. You cannot be a perfectionist in this. Man, you cannot be a perfectionist because there is something that's going to go wrong.
Something's going to go wrong.
Almost every episode.
That's a fact. Like, we need batteries sometimes. The batteries ain't, I got to go buy the batteries, and you got, to put in the Zoom recorder, or, forgot an SD card. Like, it's something. But once you locked in, like you say, it's no stopping you.
Yeah.
So you're right.
Yeah. But yeah, we because that was with Black. Back to that. That was the first time that you and I taped together
with a guest.
Yeah. And so listen, I was like,
yeah. I just like I didn't want to be so obvious, but I'm like, let me tap Mo's feet real quick, her foot, and just say, okay, your turn to ask a question.
Baby, by the time I finished that, I had whiplash. I was like,
head on a swivel. But it was good.
It was so
It was good. It was good. It was good. And what you learned, and you also, what you didn't say is you're learning content. Learning content.
I am learning content.
Something that you's like, I can't do it. It's not my thing.
That's a whole job.
It is.
It's a whole, I'm learning content and how to be consistent. And again, not being perfect and just putting it out there. And the more I do it, the better I'm going to get. The less time it's going to take.
Yeah.
It's the reps.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you what I learned within the 60 episodes. Okay. I learned that the more you get in front of the camera, behind the mic, your vocabulary and the way you talk, it becomes better. Like you become a really good communicator. Yes. And so now for those that probably feel like you're an introvert, you don't want to talk, just try it. Cause I'm an introvert too. Like I force myself to talk to people every day, but leave it up to me, man. I'm driving everywhere by myself. I go get me a book, go to chill. I go to a nice place where it's a really nice ambiance and I'm by myself chilling.
Okay.
However, this is another stream. Having the ability to become or to speak and be a communicator. That's what this taught me. I didn't go into this trying to be a better communicator.
Right.
I came into this because I felt like all of the years of experience that I have, I don't want to die full. I want to give as much game away as I possibly can to the next man up.
Right.
Because there's some things that I can bring, that I do bring to the table that they can benefit from.
Right.
So if I'm behind the mic speaking, I didn't even know, but I'm like, I looked at an earlier episode, like episode 5 or 6 or whatever, up until now, man, night and day difference.
I remember I used to talk really fast when we first started.
Yeah.
Now I sit in it and I slow it down. I'm just like, what are we rushing for? You can say it, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
Now it's just like I can sit and I can slow down and get the point across.
And I can't wait because I see it. I see you speaking on stages. I do. Like stages, like teaching and, really doing the whole summit thing. Like I could see it.
I can definitely see it. And I've never been afraid to talk in front of people only because the military taught us how to get in front of people. Day one, like you're a leader.
Wow.
Day one, you have a squad, 5 or 6 people that you're in charge of. From there, you have a platoon, 30 people. And from there, you got a company, 100 and some people. Then I've talked and taught on stages in the military, but never about my own thing. You know what I'm saying? So I think I have to get used to that, but I can see it.
It's gonna happen.
You're gonna be on the stage.
Well, I mean,
you already on stage.
I'm ready. Of
course,
I'm ready.
Yes.
I think I'm ready. But more importantly, I think it has to be like the right door.
Yeah, because every door is not. There's
It's
certain
not.
stages I don't want to be on.
Yeah.
Like that.
Cool. You know, we get invitations now,
Yeah.
but I'm like, it got to be the right door.
Oh, what we talking about?
Or what we talking about?
What are we talking
what
about?
we
'Cause
talking
if we're
about?
not talking about this,
Right.
that's outside the lane.
Yeah,
right
the
there.
niches, this is it.
Yeah,
you know,
that's it.
So, but I'm just super, man, I'm excited. The next 60, the next 40 episodes for our community to, see what's gonna come
Yeah.
about, more than a Barber Podcast.
It's special.
It is.
It's special.
It is.
And I love it. Everything about it.
Yeah.
You know, and man, if people can see the behind the scenes, like, and that's the other thing, in this journey, your team is gonna change. Who you begin with, you're not gonna end with.
That's so true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
it's not
so
that there.
true.
It's just different
Time.
views, time, growth, whatever it is. Your team is gonna change it. And how do you? Because we went from teams to no team to us doing the shoot by ourselves, editing, all of that stuff. It changes, and we just, hey, we still got to put this episode out.
Got to put it out. Monday at 4.
Monday at 4.
Yeah,
it
gotta
needs to
put it
drop
out.
every Monday at 4. The episode needs to drop.
And that's so true when you say team, no team, team. It's not that they were bad.
No.
Like you say, it's just that, man, when you evolve, when you grow, whether they move away or they get another opportunity that's bigger, that's cool. Yeah. The main thing is you have to keep going.
You have to.
Because that was at one point, I was like, oh, God. I'm like, Mo, what we going to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what we going to do? But when you have like a grit and a grind and a work ethic, you only going to stop yourself. Nothing else can stop you but you. You know what I mean? So, I just also want to appreciate all of our subscribers. Man, we organically hit we over 500.
Yeah, no ads, no
ads, no nothing.
None of that. Just organically growing the audience. And it's people that are interested in what we're talking about. And so therefore there's communication that's going back and forth.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just we have the numbers and nobody's interacting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, but now that we reached this point, you'll see some ads, when you know better, you do better type thing,
That's right.
And so we will definitely be out there more. And y'all can expect to see a lot more. The production will step up, knowing that there's more inside of us that we can bring to the table to make the content that we bring to our community that much more better.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm here for it. Let's go 60.
Let's go 60. Yo, thank you so much. We really appreciate you sharing, subscribing, being a part of this community. This is episode 60. Thank y'all. Man, we going to be back for another dope episode. We out. Let's go.